So I recently got in touch with the green pothole penis bandit. Nice guy named Geoff Upson, road safety campaign manager up north, and we went out, spent the day with him, and just seeing what he's been up to, campaigning for road safety and all that. So I originally saw a few articles about him painting some penises on the road to show where potholes were. He was informing the council and everyone. Basically, no one was doing shit about it. They fixed a few of them, but then they started like fining him for the spray painting and whatnot. He's also done a bunch of other cool stuff. So I thought we'd go see him in person and sort of check out just what he's been up to. The first episode of the series, The Real Pandemic, was about cyclists. We will have some more stuff on that soon actually. But this one, it's sort of all about Geoff. He just sums it up really well, and I basically just pointed the camera at him and let him do everything for this episode. So enjoy, very informative, and make sure that if you agree with all the stuff in this video, contact your local representatives, your mayor, your local councilman, the NZTA, Auckland Council, the road authority, all that, and get our roads fixed, because it is quite a big issue, and lowering the speed limits is just ridiculous, and I fully support Geoff and everything that he's doing. So I'll see you guys at the end of the video, but enjoy.
Hey guys, my name's Geoff Upson. I'm a road safety campaigner. I've been campaigning for quite a few things to be improved on our roads. There's nothing worse than driving along an almost empty motorway but being stuck behind somebody travelling at 10 or 20 kilometres an hour under the speed limit. The legislation requires these slow drivers to move out of our way. They need to keep left unless passing. It's the legislation, and if you're failing to keep left, you do face the potential of getting a $150 and 20 demerit point ticket. However, the police simply choose not to enforce that legislation. If I drive along an empty motorway on a hot sunny afternoon at 111 kilometres an hour, I'm more likely to get a ticket than the slow driver is, who's causing frustration, anxiety, and leads to dangerous passing. So I've been campaigning for a lot of things, campaigning for the roads to be fixed. You might have seen some of my penises on the road. I've been marking out unsafe potholes with green spray paint to highlight the unsafe pothole, and also to try and create a bit of humour, get the media involved, and hopefully get an outcome of a safe and appropriate road surface to drive on. You name it, I've most probably tried it at some point. We've even tried petitions. None of these things are working, and the government has still decided they won't repair the roads that I'm driving on every day. They won't repair the roads that you're driving on, filled with potholes and bumps and undulations. But what they have decided to do, they've decided we're going to be driving at 80 kilometres an hour instead of 100 kilometres an hour. They don't need to fix the road if the speed limit is slower, because at a slower speed the bump isn't so bad. It doesn't make sense. It's not appropriate. We're still paying to use the road. We pay so much money to be on the road, and the government's taking that money and is using it elsewhere. They're using it to build cycle lanes, and they're using it to do stupid things, like $822,000 for a plywood box to block off a road. $822,000 for a plywood box. Yet there's not enough money to fix the potholes. I started drawing penises on the roads because I've seen that has worked overseas. It's a very easy image to draw. It's literally two circles and an oblong circle. Not many people think of a penis as being an offensive thing. Half of the population has one. The other half has most probably seen one at some point in their life. Right here on the road, I recently drew a giant penis because it's quite hard to see in the photo, but as we hit this bit of road here, we bump up, we jump up, and then it comes into a corner. And there has already been at least one crash has happened here at this location, so I've marked it out so that drivers can see. They can see that there's an issue on the road, and they can slow down, and they can accommodate the fact that the road is actually unsafe. Auckland Transport have decided otherwise and simply drawn over, water blasted off my drawing, and as you can see now we've got a copycat. A copycat has drawn on the road instead. As you can see from the video of me driving just here, the roads are not up to standard. They need to be repaired. They're not being repaired, but instead what this government is doing, they have done on a lot of roads, and they're about to do on roads they haven't done it already, is change the speed limit from 100 all the way down to 80 kilometers an hour. Now, while a lot of people are sitting at home thinking, oh, fantastic, you know, it's going to save lives, when we look at fatal crashes where speed was a factor, generally speaking, on the majority of those fatal crashes where speed was a factor, drugs or alcohol caused that crash. That crash would have been avoided if that drunk driver was simply not behind the wheel to start with. Changing the speed limit will not stop drunk drivers from sharing the road with us. Reducing the speed limit will not teach people how to drive. Reducing the speed limit simply gives this government an excuse not to fix our roads. So because this road is about to have a reduced speed limit, they won't fix that. They're going to leave that bump there because under the slower, reduced speed limit, it's okay. So the reason that Auckland Transport and the New Zealand Police know that I have drawn penises on the road is because I have been very open and transparent about the fact with the media. Because when I'm drawing on the road, I'm not just drawing a penis on the road for the sake of drawing graffiti on the road. I'm doing it for a purpose, and that purpose is to get the roads fixed. I'm taking photos and I'm posting those photos onto social media, onto Facebook, and I'm sending those photos along with a description of the damaged roads, what needs to be done. I'm sending that to the road controlling authority, whether that be Auckland Transport, New Zealand Transport Agency, or another local council, because I do cover a lot of road and I do drive through lots of different council areas. And so I'm sending an email with a description of what's wrong with the road, and so they have a record that I've drawn a penis on the road and I've sent them a complaint. Not of the penis, but because there's an unsafe section of road that needs attention, and I've marked it out with a penis. And now they have to decide, is it worthy of charging me? Because I've admitted it, I haven't denied it, and I've explained to them the only reason I've done it is to mark out unsafe areas of road with a good intention. Yes, I have had some negative feedback. I've had 2 ladies approach me in public and tell me that they were upset. They were upset because their families, their young children, had to see these drawings and they didn't know how to explain what a penis was to their children. The 99.9% of the population, excluding the 2 of you, find this whole thing extremely funny. It's marking out unsafe roads with one of the funniest things that you can think of: a giant green fluoro penis. It sounds like they might be requesting I cover the cost of water blasting my spray paint off the road. And this is because instead of fixing the unsafe bumps, Auckland Transport has sent a team with a water blaster out to the unsafe area of road to water blast off my spray paint instead of fixing the road. I think what will happen is that I will be charged and I'll be asked to cover that cost of water blasting my spray paint off the road, which is unfortunate. And like I've said before, if the road was simply fixed and made safe, then all of my spray paint would have been removed at the same time. The police asked me if $2,500 sounded like an appropriate amount to remove my spray paint from the road. I told the police that that figure sounds extremely excessive. It's going to cost about $2,500 per drawing to remove my spray paint from the road. I am quite confident that I've drawn on, whether it be a penis or a circle, well over 100 potholes. I've been contacting the road controlling authorities, I've been contacting Auckland Transport, I've been contacting the New Zealand Transport Agency, I've been contacting the government. The road controlling authority doesn't deem it a priority to fix the potholes or the undulations, despite some of the footage and the photos, and despite the public pleading for the roads to be fixed. You can get in touch with your local representatives, the people you voted for, the local board, the councillors, the MPs, the mayor. You can get in touch with these people and you can tell them that you want the roads fixed. The more that we tell them we want the roads fixed, the better. Because if we're not telling them constantly, we want the roads fixed, we want the roads fixed, we want to be able to drive 100. Thinking it and telling our mates doesn't get the roads fixed. We need to tell the people who we voted in, because they are the decision makers. They choose where our money gets spent.
Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, leave a like down below, comment what you think, and remember to get in contact with your local government authorities, the road authority, your mayor, your local council board, and make a change. You know, there's so many issues on our road, slow drivers, potholes, all that sort of shit. So make sure that you let your voice be heard. Like Geoff said, just complaining about it among your mates is not gonna make a difference. So we gotta get in contact with those people and make sure that shit gets done. So yeah, subscribe if you're new, like, comment down below what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.